Every day at 8:30, the doors open at a space called The Nest, where kids from the ages of 0 to 6 are able to play, paint, and build. Each day begins with a song. Bravo, 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 bravo. Then, the children go off to different stations, supervised by volunteers. Like hundreds of other migrant children in Tijuana, they're trying to make it to the United States to claim asylum with their parents. The families are fleeing violence and corruption in Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, and elsewhere, during a time when America is closing the door on asylum seekers. Some have been sent back to wait in Mexico under the Remain in Mexico program, while others are waiting to be admitted to the U.S. to claim asylum after waiting on an unofficial list for months. Either way, the children are in limbo, while their parents struggle to find stability in a city that has seen spiking levels of violence directed towards migrants. The Nest helps give them a routine, some smiling faces, and a place to be kids, says Elise Ivy, who founded the space.
But the idea is to create a space where children who have been displaced and dragged across borders and away from their homelands and separated from grandparents and aunts and uncles and relatives back home can have a place where they can just be, where they can heal.
The Nest in Tijuana, which opened in September, is one of 4 other spaces for refugees that Ivy has helped open with the Pedagogical Institute of Los Angeles, a nonprofit that focuses on early childhood education. There are 2 in Greece and 1 in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Nest sits across from the Caritas shelter, which is where the children live for anywhere between 2 to 5 months as they wait to claim asylum. Families share a bed in the overcrowded shelter, which receives no support from the Mexican government. Parents there say the Nest gives their children the opportunity to play in a safe space and gives them time to themselves. Susana Avalos Torres, 18, is from Michoacan. She fled last year with her 2 children after her husband disappeared and she received violent threats. Her 3-year-old daughter Daniela attends the Nest, which she describes as beautiful.
Es algo muy bonito, un lugar muy bonito para los niños.
Not only does it help her daughter, Susanna explains, but it gives her time to help around the shelter.
Pues, por ejemplo, ayudarles a las de la cocina.
She says she gets to work in the communal kitchen or to help clean up the shelter while the kids are occupied. The shelter isn't only helping occupy the youngest migrants. 17-year-old Ana Maderos Chipres is also from Michoacan. She fled political violence with her parents and her 2 siblings. She's been volunteering at the Nest for 3 weeks, helping the younger children play and learn.
Me ayuda mucho porque es relajado.
She says it helps her relax by getting to laugh with the kids during the day. She plans on becoming a teacher when she gets to the United States. Right now, the Nest across from the Caritas shelter serves around 30 children a day. This month, its organizers plan on opening a second location in Tijuana, in a canyon that houses the Embajadores de Jesus shelter, which is one of the most isolated shelters in the city. It houses mostly Central American migrants who have been returned to Mexico through the Remain in Mexico program. It's also near Little Haiti, where dozens of Haitians have settled while they decide whether to enter the U.S.
Well, there are so many children living in these shelters, and they're stuck on mattresses all day long. There's nothing for them, and we know that this is a time of enormous brain development.
Ivy leads us on a tour of the new space, which aims to serve 50 children a day. The conditions in the canyon are extreme. Open sewage and burning trash share space with roosters and farm animals, just a mile from the U.S. border. Still, the goal remains to create a space for children to have space to dream. Ivy is still fundraising to operate the space and is holding an open house next week for volunteers north of the border who want to get involved. For Ana, the migrant volunteer, it's all about making sure the children continue to grow, even if they have no home. She says it's all about keeping their imaginations alive, even as events might dampen them. It's about keeping the kids growing and believing in themselves. In Tijuana, Max Rivlin-Nadler, KPBS News.